On my blog today, stampinpiece.com, I featured this simple stamping card, which is part of the Field of Flowers bundle. And then I also showed 2 ways to step up that card. And then that one. So take a look at my blog today, stampinpiece.com, and you can see those 3 cards as well as all of the dimensions and supplies for those cards. So I think we will go ahead and get started. Yesterday was a big day with the new catalog launch. First day that people could order, so it was a little hectic on my end as I was ordering for in-color clubs and ribbon and what else? Paper and ribbon shears. So quite busy. So it's fun to just sit and stamp a little bit today, although I still have lots of paperwork, writing tutorials and different things. But I do want to take a moment to remind you that during the month of June, we have 2 incentives going on. The first one is that with the purchase of a starter kit, you will have the opportunity to choose a free stamped bundle of your choice. So it's a stamp and die bundle or a stamp and punch bundle, free on top of the already great starter kit deal. So if you're spending anywhere close to $90 and up, you are going to get a so much better deal if you purchase the starter kit and then get, so the starter kit alone is a $38.50 savings for what you're getting, because it is just $99 plus tax, free shipping, and you choose $125 of product. And then whatever bundle you would choose on top of that would be additional savings. And the highest priced bundle is a stamp and die bundle, about $60. There's a couple in the $57 range and a lot in the $45 range, and of course on down. So please consider that. I would love to have you join. And there is no pressure to start a business or do classes or anything like that. But if you want to, I am here to help you do that. In addition, we also have a promotion for people who shop or join. If you shop for yourself, or you, not shop and join, shop and host. If you shop for yourself and your total is $250 or more, or if you host a party and your total is $250 or more, you will get an additional $25 of Stampin' rewards. That's on top of the normal $25 you get. So for $250 party or $250 purchase, you will get $50 in Stampin' rewards, and that applies to all customers and even demonstrators as well. Welcome, Mary Lou and Cecilia. I'm glad you're here. Cecilia, it's fun to have you watching live. Okay, so today's demonstration features the Blossoms in Bloom stamp set, and I'm only using the stamp set today, but it does have this fun coordinating die, so I'm sure I'll be playing with that in the near future as well. But today is simply a simple stamping demonstration with stamps, ink, and paper. And I did add one little embellishment, and that is our gold trim. And this gold trim comes with this woven ribbon. These are part of the Forever Greenery product suite, but I did pull in the gold trim from that. So here's that simple stamping card. I've used lots of colors, and I just stamped a quick message inside to dress that inside up. And then I went and stepped it up a little bit more by adding some layers, by adding a punched label with the gold behind it. And I made the inside kind of pretty and interesting with the layering as well. So let me show you how I did this. And let me also talk to you about how I chose the colors for these. Of course, you know I love the Stampin' Up! Color Coach, which I have. I knew I wanted to use Mango Melody as my primary color in this. And then from there, I chose these three, this set, this combination, Mango Melody, Garden Green, and Flirty Flamingo. I did, when I was stamping my Garden Green leaves, I did stamp off first and then on because I wanted it to be a little more subtle and not quite as intense. No, that's a different one. So just so you know that, if you're thinking, well, Garden Green seems darker than that, it is. I just stamped off first, okay? In fact, I can show you right there. That's full on. So I just went a little bit lighter by stamping off first. Then I also pulled in the Rich Razzleberry and the Early Espresso to use on the inside of the flowers. And then lastly, so I went from a 3-color combination to using 6 colors, but 5 of them are from the same color card. I was going to use Coastal Cabana, but I wanted something a little softer, so I chose Pool Party for my tiny flowers. Okay, so that's how I used my color coach to pick the 6 cards you see, or 6 colors that you see in these cards, and another one that I'll be making now. I'm going to show you how easy this is to work with this stamp set. Sometimes we want to shy away from the big stamps, but please don't, because they're just wonderful. What I will say is I don't have my largest. There is one block that's a little, well, good bit larger than this, which for me is a lot to handle in my hand. And this does go over, the stamp goes over the edge here just a little bit, but I was able to work with it just fine. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, what I want to say is I'm going to let somebody here choose the color, and it can be the main, I want the main color for these big flowers. So instead of using the Mango Melody, would you choose Flirty Flamingo or Rich Razzleberry? Oh, Marion, thanks for joining us. I'm glad you're here. Any thoughts, Flirty Flamingo or Rich Razzleberry for the main flowers? No opinions? There we go, Flirty Flamingo. Okay. Oh, well, maybe we should do 2 cards then. So the first one, you know what? On the first one, I'm going to show you just stamping on a Whisper White card base. Now for my Whisper White card bases, I do always use the thick white cardstock because it stands up better. I don't want to use the regular white cardstock for the base because it's a little floppier. It's not as thick as all the color cardstocks we use. So just know that I am using the thick white. Also, a quick tip, if you like white card bases, I will take a whole package of my Whisper White thick cardstock and cut and score it, so I always have those ready to go. Okay, so let's do this. Let's ink up the, seems like I got a little bit too much ink in there. Hold on one second. I just switched out my chamois, so it might have more water in. Or maybe no, I just think the ink pad is juicy. Okay, so Flirty Flamingo, here we go. The nice thing about this is it just covers so much of your card front. Was anybody watching the, oh, what do I want to say? The last night's Facebook Live where I showed the split card technique. Was anybody watching that last night? Because I did think as I was preparing for this demonstration, I thought this would be an excellent stamp set to use on that split card technique that I showed yesterday. So if you haven't seen it, I'll be posting it to my blog in the next couple of days. And on that one yesterday, the Facebook Live cut out, so I actually had two lives that I had to combine together for the one video for the blog, so that's coming. Okay, I'm going to add some leaves, and I'm going to just use full strength garden green ink this time. But no, you can always, let's see here, do this and that. And then let's see, how about, now for this, we have small flowers and teeny flowers. So on the small flowers, should we use Rich Razzleberry or Pool Party? We'll use one for these medium-sized flowers, small flowers, and then one for the teeny tiny ones. Oh, Julie, good. You like this split card technique. Awesome. Learned that from one of my wonderful team members, Rita Holmes. She is, I call her the queen of techniques. I learn a lot from her and her techniques. Any thoughts? I'm going to use Pool Party. Got it, Julie. Okay. I don't think you can hear it, but there's quite a bit of thunder out there. Okay. They actually give you, and this set is nice because it actually gives you this whole set, or you know, one stamp with 5. It gives you 2 of the medium-sized flowers and then 2 of the itty-bitty ones. 2 leaves. I guess actually that could be a leaf too. I guess 3 leaves. And something for the inside. Actually, this could be for the inside as well. So it's nice you've got some flexibility there. Makes it very versatile. Okay, for these teeny tiny flowers, I'm going to use the Rich Razzleberry. And you know my tip about putting the teeny tiny stamps on this size block. It's just easier to hold. And my other suggestion is stamp in the corner. That way you won't be putting ink on the rest of the block that might get on the card where we don't want it. Oh, I like this combination. Very nice. I'm going to put some in the middle here. Just stuck my arm in that stamp. Well, what do you think? I think it needs a few more going off the page, off the card front. Maybe one more here. Okay, and then I do need some centers for the Pool Party flowers. So for that, I'll use the Early Espresso. Whoops, didn't quite get in the middle there, but that's all right. It's nature. They're all different, right? That's another great thing about this stamp set. I don't feel the need for it to be perfect, and they're going to turn out a little bit different every time. Okay, I like that a lot. Now I do want to put a greeting on here, and they give us some nice choices. I like the Sure Do Miss You because I like to send those to Emily when she's away at school. Oh, I already have that out here somewhere. Here we go. And I think that I'm going to stamp this in, oh, let me think. Actually, I'm going to use a different punch this time. And I didn't even check this. I think this is still current with the new catalog. I haven't pulled everything out. And let's see. I guess I'll, you know, I want to stamp on a different color. So I think I'm going to stamp on the pool party. Okay. And I'm going to stamp it with pool party also and see how that looks. Pool party on pool party. Oh, that's kind of nice, but I wonder if that punch is a little too big. Oh, that's not bad. I think it's okay like that. How about you? All right, I will pop this up on some dimensionals using the edges that are left from my sheets. I hope you do that too, because trust me, you get so many more dimensionals. Those sheets go such a long way. And I think I'll put it, I think I'm going to put it right in the center here towards the bottom. Make sure it's straight. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. I think I'm gonna, this space is a little bit empty to me. So I think I'm going to add a blue flower. And then of course it needs a center. There. Now I'm happy. What do you all think? I think it's pretty. I love the way it turned out. Now I see an empty space up here. Let me, isn't it funny? You look at it and you think you're done and then you think, oh, I want to change it just a wee bit. There. Now I feel like it's filled in pretty evenly. All right. So what do you think? Do you like it? Give me a thumbs up or some hearts. Okay, now I said we would go ahead and make a second card with the rich raspberry being our focal point, or focus color for that big cluster of flowers. Let me wipe some of these off. I want to clean this big stamp off one more time with my chamois. It holds a lot of ink. That looks pretty good. Remember too that our any of your photopolymer sets may discolor, be stained. It's fine. You can clean it off and it'll still look stained. And the colors that especially stain the photopolymer stamps are the deep reds, the deep pinks. Yeah, mainly those, mostly. They all will change color a wee bit, but it's typically those deep, rich colors, especially the reds, that do that. But it stamps just the same. To me, it's like a good worn book. If the book is really worn, when it's handed to you or you pick it up at the library, that means a lot of people have enjoyed it. That's how I always think of it. My rich raspberry pad isn't looking so good. I might have to replace that. But I guess it's been a while, so I'm not complaining. Okay, so on the inside of these, I think I'll use the Mango Melody again. Do you see how quickly these cards come together when it's just stamps, ink, and paper? And now I think I will use think I'm going to use the Pool Party again for the medium-sized flowers. No, I don't know. What do you think? Yes, they are somewhat shaded, and that is, and honestly, the cases will always show that. The photos in our catalog will always show that, where they have the shading built into the stamping. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, I think I'm going to go for, I forgot to put any leaves on. Actually, I'm going to put a few leaves on. I'm going to use the smaller medium-sized leaf this time. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. So I will continue with my Flirty Flamingo flowers. I like that. I am going to put brown, the early espresso, on the inside of these. Not getting them quite in the center all the time, but that's because I'm looking at an angle, not over the top like I normally would, just because I don't want to get my head in the screen too much. And then lastly, I'll fill in with some of those small pool, whoops, that one wasn't real clean, was it? Small Pool Party flowers. For that just a bit. I always like some to go off the cardstock a little bit. Just makes it more interesting. Also makes it look a little bit like designer series paper when we do that, as if we created our own designer series paper, which is another great use for this Blossoms and Bloom stamp set. All right, I like how it turned out. You know, I want a little blue flower right there to fill in that space. Even a little leaf would have been nice. There we go. Okay, awesome. I am going to, I have a piece of the what do I want to say, early espresso already cut, so I think I'll use that. And then what color card base do you think we should put this on? Oh, it could be a nice wintry card. Amy, I think you're right. I had not thought about that, but I can definitely see that. Beth Moore says she likes the rich raspberry color a little better. Isn't it fun though? You can use the stamp set. It doesn't matter what colors you have at home. I'm sure that even if you have just a few ink pads, that you can make beautiful cards with this one stamp set, and they'll all look a little bit different. You know what, on this one I'm going to go in, this was one I made before I got on with you. I'm going to go in here and fill in some little flowers because it looks a little bare in the center there. There you go. Somebody want to win a card? Marion, you also like the rich raspberry, is that right? You guys like that the rich raspberry stands out so much. Nice. Okay. Why don't we put this card front then on a rich raspberry base? It's funny that you're all talking about rich raspberry and how much you you like that one the best. I have not used Rich Razzleberry, especially the cardstock, in what seems to be like a very long time, so I'm excited about this. It's just neat. Cool. I think that looks really cool. And this time I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals just for a little bit different interest. When it gets to like this, you can clip these with your paper snips or whatever. I tend to just, they tear apart really easily. Although I'm probably using bigger pieces than I need to sometimes, but it's just really quick for me that way. Okay. I like that. I like it a lot. What do you all think? Now we are going to need a piece of Whisper White for the inside, of course. And how about another greeting? Since you all like the Rich Razzleberry card so much, how about I give this one away too? This is kind of neat. I like you a lot. That would be a nice card to send somebody that needs a pick-me-up. Just to know they're thought of just because they're important to you. So let's use that one. Grab a block here, and let's see. Let me check the width of this because I could. That's 3/4 of an inch because I could pull in our newest. Yes, I think I'll have plenty of room. Top or bottom? Which design, punch design, do you want to see? Top. It's got a little more rounded end, or a little more flat squared end on the bottom. Oh, Marion, you're more than willing to take that card off my hands, right? That's funny. Anybody, top or bottom? Quick preference? Amy says go top. You got it. Okay. Now remember, our lovely label Pick-a-Punch has 2 different designs, and they both fit. I'm going to stamp this first and then cut it off and punch the end because I think this is going to be way too long, or much longer than I needed, I should say. Okay. So I'm just going to snip off a little bit. Probably need about that much to make the ends look about even. My stamping there was not as straight as I'd like it to be, though. So I think I may restamp. And I think for me, the reason why is when I do white on white, it's harder for me to see the edges. So I'm going to put it on my Stampin' Pierce mat, which is very helpful to me. I use it for so many things. I use it for this purpose. I use it obviously to stamp on with photopolymer stamps, and it can be used for piercing holes with our piercing tools. And then, oh, that looks better. What else do I use it for? Oh, when I use my Stamparatus and you know, open and lay the stamping plate down, it's kind of at an angle. So I tuck mine under there just to keep it even when I'm stamping with the ink pads on it. All right, this is very cute. Very cute. I think I'll put it right there. Marie, thanks for joining in. Okay, you like the stamp set very much and you love the colors in both cards. Awesome. And isn't it fun too that you can use the very same ink colors and come out with two completely different looking, oh, I smudged that a little bit, two completely different looking cards. That's always a fun thing for me to see. Okay, there you go. So if you are interested in winning one of these cards, let me know. Actually, it's these two, isn't it? Yeah, because I wanted a sample in a different color. So it's these two, a happy birthday or I like you a lot card. I will choose winners in just a little bit after I get off this. Are there any questions about this stamp set, this bundle? Any questions about the catalog or new products that I can answer for you? I'm glad to do that. Everybody good? Okay, don't forget we have an awesome starter kit promotion going on. You get a free bundle of your choice in addition to your starter kit, and that bundle truly is free, 100% free. And then we also have a shop and host incentive, which is for $250 orders or more, or totals for a party, you get an additional $25 in Stampin' Up! Product. Okay, now Marion, isn't that interesting? In the catalog, you weren't really impressed with the Blossoms in Bloom stamp set. I felt the same way. I felt the very same way. And then I started seeing people who had bought it, making different things with it and projects and different color combinations using it. And I loved it. So I did end up ordering it. And I'm looking forward to using the coordinating die, Many Layer Blossoms. So maybe I'll do that next week. Okay, Beth says, thank you. Put my name in the hat. It's in there. How does the die interact with the stamp? Okay, let me show you. And I haven't played with it enough, Cecilia, to really know all that it's capable of. And it's got, you can stamp and punch out some little flowers too. Or you can just stamp these out from, you know what, let's just try it. You want to try it? I'll pull out some paper, some cardstock, and let's run these through the Big Shot and see how it comes out. Because to me it looks like you're getting just the outlines, you know, what you see there. So let's give it a try. This is the best part about doing lives over, videos. I can answer questions and work all that out for you. Okay, Tammy says she's froze up. I'm not frozen yet, so I'm going to keep going. Okay, so let's do this. I'm pulling out Rich Razzleberry because you ladies were loving the Rich Razzleberry today. And I'll pull out a smaller scrap to put the smaller flowers on. And Marie, you know, I did not even watch the video for this bundle. You said it's good, huh? You liked it. Okay. I am going to go ahead and watch that. I'm going to roll it back through the other way just because it has a lot of detail in it. We might be needing this to brush it out. Let's see. Oh, this is coming right up. Wow. Maybe we don't need that. It pulled right off. Didn't leave anything in the die. That's amazing. We're using a new company to manufacture our dies now, and I truly see a big difference. You want to pull this up without... Wow, that's impressive. Okay, let's see here. But it means I'm going to have to poke these out. I guess I should have left it in the die. So yes, it really is just the outline. So let's say I should have left it here and brushed it out. Sounds like I'm talking about hair. Brush it out. Probably going to have to poke out those teeny tiny pieces. A lot of times too, you can just bend a little bit and they pop right out like that. I want to see what this looks like on top of the rich razzleberry or any of the flowers we stamped. Because I'm picturing it as adding just a really nice layer. This might be a good time with this die to use our adhesive sheets. So in other words, and we have them back. I'm so excited. We're selling adhesive sheets again. I think if I would do this again, I would definitely use the adhesive sheets. So you would attach your cardstock to the adhesive sheet, like the same size cardstock to same size adhesive. You can cut those down real easily, and then run it through the Big Shot or your cutting machine. Okay. Since we're live, I don't want to take the time to do all these little teeny ones, but I got the bulk of it out. And I should have just stuck to my plan to use my die brush to get all these out, but I got so excited about how well it cut something so intricate that I moved too fast. Okay, so look at this. So this is kind of what it does. Does that answer your question, Cecilia? I think that's pretty neat. Now it's got some leaves here. Something I just thought of, and maybe somebody's done this already, I don't know, but I did think too, what if you cut this out on white? Well, Facebook hasn't chased us out yet, so let's try it. Because I'm thinking, what if we cut that out on white and then color with it? I wonder how that would be. Yeah, that'll fit. All these. Mary Lou, you like it? Okay. I do too. I wonder if Tammy got back in. That's what happens with Facebook. It could be your own internet connection. It could be somebody else's. It could be just a storm. Who knows? I'm going to run it through one more time again, just because it has so many pieces and parts to it. I think before too, it would have been hard to just slide it off that cutting plate, but let's see what happens. There we go. I just bend the cutting plate a little bit. I'm going to put my sponge behind it. This die brush is a nice accessory to add to your pick-a tool, or what is it called? Pick it up tool. The pick it up tool. So it's a nice little accessory to add on to that. Okay, I did get most of it. Again, I'll have to go in and pull out those teeny tiny little pieces. Oh, I've got one here that may not have punched quite successfully. Not bad. So my thought here was, okay, so if we punch it out on white, can we color it with either are, you know, and I think you could use either your Stampin' Pierce, not Stampin' Pierce, Stampin' Write markers, or regular Stampin' Write markers, or you could even use Stampin' blends. See what I mean? And then you could just, it's a little more work, but I think it's going to be a really, give you a really neat result. A lot of impact. Now let's use, I believe we have rich raspberry, yes. I love that now we have almost all of the, almost all of our Stampin' Up! Colors in Stampin' Blends. I'm just going to do a little bit of this, and then let's lay it over the card with the rich raspberry flowers that we made. Oh, sponge daubers, yes. There's so many great ways. That's what I love about our tools. So many different ways we can use all of our products. Look at this, one die, and we're coming up all different ways. Oh, now that is cool. I do like that. You could just stamp the main flowers, really, and then color in. You could even do something like, let's pull Flirty Flamingo. You know, you could even just stamp like the rich raspberry on and then color this top layer. We can even color this, and it would be hard to match up any of those smaller stamps underneath, but why not do something like this? If this is your card front and you've got, well, let's just do it. You guys are getting me so excited. I'm so glad you asked this question, Cecilia, because now I get to play even more than I did before. Oops, ink on the fingers, not good. Okay, so we would start with something like that. We would match this up. Now that, I think that would be a beautiful card. Really interesting card too. And again, I think the best way to add this to your card would be, and of course you could use fine tip glue, even the multi-purpose glue, you know, just dot some glue behind it. But I think the adhesive sheets would probably be the best. Now my thought here was, if you're gonna lay this down, why can't you just color inside it once it's on your card front? You know, you want to adhere this part down first, and it will help you stay in. Ah, I love that. That is awesome. I'm really excited about this. I might have to come up with a project using this for our next Facebook Live, or one in the near future. Marion, you mentioned the daubers. Let me pull some of those out, and you can see how that looks as well. I gotta set my cards here so I remember to draw names for those. How about, where's Flirty Flamingo here? Oh, that's pretty. I like how it looks, you know, even, again, as if you would do it, adhere the die cut on top of the stamped, the cluster of flowers, we'll say that large cluster of flowers, and then you could go in like this to add some color if you wanted the flowers filled in. If you didn't, do it on scrap paper first and then lay it on. Ah, I love this. I'm excited. Okay, Any other questions? Boy, you can tell you have gotten your use. Oh yes, I have gotten use out of that big shot, that poor thing. A testament though to how much I've used it and how much I've used it during classes, and you know, just a fun product. I can't wait till we get our new one, because as much as I love this one, I know the next one's even better. So I'm really excited about that. All right, any questions? Boy, look at this mouth I created, but all for good reason. Okay, don't forget, if you're watching, comment, and I'll put these 2 cards in the mail to 2 lucky winners. Okay? Thanks for spending part of your Thursday with me. Stay safe, stay well, and continue to pray for peace and justice and understanding. And let's all just try to be kind and listen well to one another. You all make my day, you all make my job so wonderful, and I appreciate you all. I hope you enjoyed today's projects and playing with me with these new products, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.